Hello guys, I got a another video, you know, from a lost narrator. You know, I I'm enjoying my, comeback for a little bit, no, don't ask about that. I listen to music sometimes. Sometimes my music taste is cringe. But lost narrator, always check under your bed. Now, to be honest with you, I thought where my ending for Lost Narrator would end at would be in Mortal Inflictions, and I don't know what Belly of the Beast is, and it kind of scares me a little bit. It would be. Wait, is this pen? No, this is my future pen. There we go. But I thought it would end with Immortal Inflictions and Apple of the Dead. It may be Applejack Sleep Experiment. I don't know, man. Look, but you know, wait, part three. Oh no, this is part three because part three didn't release that long ago. But when did part two come out? Wait, I'm gonna see that. When did part two come out? And also, wait, updated. Now, guys, I have not seen this, so I'm just gonna give a warning, just in case. I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen after this intro. So, me, as the maker of this video, I'm gonna say, just be cautious. Okay, because I don't know. So if there might be something you don't like, I don't know, because I don't know what this is about. Okay, all I know is that it's a grand dark. Okay, that's it.
The cozy warmth of Sugar Cube Corner's living quarters wrapped around Pinkie Pie like a soft, familiar blanket. The day had been busy, but now the bakery below was quiet. Upstairs, noise abounded as Pound and Pumpkin Cake got ready for bed. Tiny hoofbeats and giggles filled the air.
Okay, my sweet little cupcakes. Checklist time. Teeth.
I feel uncomfortable. I don't know why, bro. Why do I feel uncomfortable? Oh, it's because it's not nighttime. No, I'm not doing the snap thing where I snap and then it's gonna cut 5 hours later. I'm not doing that shit.
Brushed.
In answer, both foals bared their chompers in enormous smiles.
Hooves washed.
Pumpkin held out her freshly cleaned hooves, but Pound groaned.
Do we have to?
Nah, bro.
Yes, silly Billy.
There gonna be worms sticking out of this shit, bro. Like his shit gonna be decayed, bro. I swear.
If you don't, the bug-eyed bedtime beast might come and tuck you in. And trust me, it's not as fun as me, best bouncing babysitter.
Pound eyed her with a suspicion of the very young, who aren't quite sure whether adults are on the level.
There's no such thing. Wanna find out?
Pinkie reared up and
You're
pulled
gonna
her
die.
face into a grotesque rictus.
Ooga booga!
Pound squeaked and hurried back to the bathroom. Moments later, Pinkie heard the faucet running. Pumpkin clutched a stuffed bunny tightly, her wide blue eyes sparkling in the lamplight.
Pinkie, do monsters like the bug-eyed bedtime beast really come out at night?
Pinkie blinked, taken aback. She'd only been joking, but Pumpkin's expression gave her pause. Had she gone too far and really scared her small charge?
No, sweetie. I was just kidding. The bug-eyed bedtime beast is just something my Granny Pie used to say to get me and my sisters to go to bed when we were billies. It's not real. Promise? Cross my heart and hope to fly. Stick a cupcake in my eye.
Pinkie solemnly drew a hoop.
What are we doing, bro? Stick a cupcake in my eye. That does sound like something she would say. Did she say that? I don't know. I didn't watch that much of it, so I mean, I don't really know, like y'all are like the bronies. I don't relate with y'all, bro. I never ever would consider myself the part of that team, bruh. Never. Just for reasons, man. I'll play opponent shit, but like I'm not like part of that team, you know? And I never will be. Is it tough?
Tip across her chest.
Granny Pie was full of old stories like that. Crunch the Rock Dog, Porcina the Glass Princess, King Charlatan. She even invented one about a cloud monster that steals shadows to get us to stop listening to pop music on the radio.
Oh, okay, bro. Nah, what are we doing, bro? This is a story for everything, bro. You wanna go and be an adult. There's gonna be the taxes. They're gonna steal your money, twin. You know, you wanna go to the store and buy a drink. It reminded me of this like Amazing World of Gumball episode. Which one was it? It was like where it had Granny Joe or something. She was like trying to get them, like she was trying to teach the kids a lesson. So what she did was she would like make these like horrible scenes. Like she almost crashed into Gumball with a car because he went to the store to go buy some milk. What is it? Richard, they pulled like a chainsaw out on her or something on him, talking about something like this is why you don't play with tools. And she had like a fake leg. Like that's what that reminds me of. Where, like they just keep making stories just so you won't do shit.
She paused in counting off her grandmother's tall tales.
To be honest, that one never made much sense to me. I mean, what do clouds and pop music have to do with shadows? At least her other stories had internal logic to them.
Pinky blinked.
Since when do I use words like internal logic? I've definitely been hanging around Twilight and her books too much lately.
Pinky? Pumpkin gently tugged at her tail.
Oh, sorry, Pumpkin. Where was I? Oh, yes. There's no such things as monsters.
But what about T-Rex?
Well, he was monstrous, but not a monster. Get the difference?
Not really. What about Queen Chrysalis?
Nuh-uh. She was just a greeny meanie.
Manticores?
They are just wild animals, not monsters. And Fluttershy says they steer clear of ponies if ponies steer clear of them.
Pumpkin looked away, clearly unconvinced. She glanced toward the shadows under the bed.
Sounds like one of those racist compilations I saw of My Little Pony where like they'll basically just be like races against like any other type of race. Like Applejack was being racist against buffaloes. Why? I feel like they just think their race is superior, you know? I feel like to an extent.
Swirl in kindergarten said monsters live under the bed. She said you have to say their names and open a door or a window after dark to invite them in. Then they wait for you to fall asleep, and then they grab your hose and they pull you into the dark and eat you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Brad? I stopped understanding what you were saying when you started mumbling shit. I shouldn't be laughing because, bro, I'm gonna be like a horrible parent, bro. My kid only talk about something. Oh, there's monsters under the bed, and I'm over here about to start getting into the truck and leaving, bro. I ain't chilling with this. I'm not vibing.
And then you talked about the bug-eyed bedtime beast, and you don't ever lie to us, so I thought.
Tears glistened at the corners of her eyes. Instant regret filled Pinkie Pie. She loved the twins almost like they were her own foals and would never intentionally do anything to her.
My friend apparently got this Minecraft world that we were playing in. So, yeah. But
Hurt them. The idea that she had caused distress by bringing up one of
alright. We're back.
Granny Pie's old stories made her feel yuckier than a sewage sundae with poisoned grenadine.
Come to think of it, Marble was scared
I
of
need
the
to stop
bug-eyed bedtime beast story too when she was Pumpkin's age.
Pinkie's twin had always been more fragile than her sisters. As a foal, that had translated to hiding under her covers when Granny Pie told the story of how the bug-eyed bedtime beast crept into the homes of naughty fillies and colts who told lies and broke rules, then hid under beds, waiting for incautious victims who got out of bed for glasses of water after they had already been told by wise old grannies to stay in bed already. She had been too scared to even go to the
You
bathroom
look
after
like a
lights
wise
out,
old granny.
which had resulted in more than one accident Pinky had helped her clean up without telling their parents. Mother and father had told Granny Pie naughty fillies and colts who told lies and broke rules, then hid under beds, waiting for incautious victims who got out of bed for glasses of water after they had already been told by wise old grannies to stay in bed already. She had been too scared to even go to the bathroom after lights out, which had resulted in more than one accident Pinky had helped her clean up without telling their parents. Mother and father had told Granny Pie to stop telling the story after they found out. Pinky had forgotten about it until her love of wordplay and alliterative nicknames had reminded her of it tonight. Poundcake trotted back into the bedroom and rolled his eyes.
Is she crying about the monsters under the bed again? I already told you, Pumpkin. Peppermint Swirl is full of
He eyed Pinky.
doo-doo.
What in Equestria are they getting up to at kindergarten?
Pinky wondered. Her own education before coming to Ponyville had been homeschooling on the family rock farm, but she was reasonably sure they should not be picking up bad words or coming home afraid of their own beds. Pumpkin's lower lip quivered. Pinky, ever attuned to the moods of her favorite little ponies, crouched to her level.
Aw, Pumpkin, don't be scared.
Pinky booped her nose gently.
Scared of this art.
Tell you what, I'll
I
check
can't,
under
I
your
can't.
bed and Pounds. If there's even a teeny tiny, itty bitty little monster, I'll chase it off with my world famous goofy ghosty giggle. That worked on Nightmare Moon herself back in the day.
Huh? What lore are we dropping? Because I don't remember this shit. I watched episode 1 and 2. I don't remember this. But then again, I think Nightmare Moon did come back. It went I think so I think there was Nightmare Moon in like episode 1 and 2. And then you have like other seasons where I haven't watched it. So I think she did come back from what I heard. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. So maybe she did this. I don't know when this lore happened. I'm just getting lore dropped.
Pumpkin scrubbed at her eyes and nodded. Pinky hopped back to her hooves with an exaggerated bounce.
All right, first up, Pounds' bed.
With dramatic flair, Pinky lifted the blanket hanging over the edge of the colt's bed. She squinted into the shadows, sticking her tongue out as if deep in concentration.
Nope, no monsters here. Just a dust bunny that looks a little like Gummy. Hey there, Dusty Gummy.
Gratifyingly, both foals giggled. Next, she turned to Pumpkin's bed.
And now for the grand finale. Drum roll, please.
Fuck this bitch.
She tapped
No,
her
'cause I
hooves
know there's some
rhythmically
stuff
on the
that I
floor.
did.
Pound joined
gonna
in
look at you
gleefully.
like,
A moment
gonna be
later,
dead body, bro.
so did Pumpkin on 3 hooves, so she could still hold her stuffed toy. Pinky dropped to her belly and peeked under Pumpkin's bed.
What's this? Aha! It's a sock. A very scary, smelly sock. Ooh.
She pulled out a tiny striped sock with a flourish.
But no monsters. See? Nothing under here that isn't here when the lights are on.
Pumpkin finally smiled, her grip on her bunny
Turn the lights
loosening.
on, check under
Thanks,
this, I dare you.
Pinky. You really are the best babysitter.
Best bouncing babysitter. Remember?
Pinky
Turn the
ruffled
lights
her
on,
mane
check under
and
bed, I
tucked her into
dare you,
bed.
guys.
No problem, Pumpkin. Remember, monsters aren't real, but your Auntie Pinkie Pie will always keep you safe from any big bad beasties that try to pretend like they're monsters. And that includes the bug-eyed bedtime beast, which definitely isn't real, so it's really super duper easy for me to laugh it out of existence. Huh? 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 Okay?
Okay.
Let me hear your goofy ghosty giggles.
Pound intoned. Pumpkin said, with less enthusiasm.
Good job. That'll absolutely work.
She kissed each of their foreheads and turned off the light, leaving only a small
This
nightlight
art is
to
so
cast a warm
rough.
glow over the room.
Good night, my little cupcakes. Sweet dreams.
I'm scared.
Good night, Best Bed.
Bouncing babysitter.
They chorused. She closed the door, her heart swelling with affection. As she trotted to her own room in the attic, she glanced at the clock halfway up the staircase.
I hope Mr. and Mrs. Cake are having a fun date night. They sure are out later than normal.
The moon hung high over Ponyville,
You
casting
look
it.
drunk as fuck. Bro, imagine you wake up you wake up like you just wake up like usually like you all energetic and shit. You just wake up like this. Like I would always think Pinkie Pie would wake up like the second she hears the alarm. The alarm is a siren for everyone that something is awake that's gonna kill the town. Like the alarm, like I feel like Pinkie is the alarm. Okay, bro. Like, you know, I feel like she wouldn't even sleep majority of the days. Like I feel like she would only sleep on business days. Like for like 5 days. And then the rest is just horror days. Like that's it.
Pale light through the window of Pinkie's bedroom. She lay sprawled on her bed, her mane a frizzy halo against the pillow. She always starfished when she slept, which was fine when she slept alone, but more difficult when she and her friends went on adventures and they had to share sleeping quarters. The night was warm, so she had left her window ajar to let in a cool breeze. Bedtime with Pound and Pumpkin earlier had left her heart light, but she still struggled to sleep in the heat. She felt like an ice cream cone left out of the freezer and just as sticky.
Twilight said I should read a book to help me sleep in the hot weather, but I don't know how she can be sleepy when her brain has to wake up even more to concentrate on plot and characters. Dashy said I should exhaust myself by doing laps around the cafe like she does flying laps around Ponyville if she can't sleep. Rarity.
Yeah, but you gonna have to like I would recommend like you probably running like around the house instead of the cafe, because I mean like the cafe ain't that big. You know. And also, I don't think you can get exhausted, but you know, still.
And Fluttershy both said chamomile and lavender tea should help, but if I add my usual 5 spoons of sugar and 1 for luck, I definitely will be too sugary to fall asleep.
6?
Applejack recommended.
A floorboard creaked. Pinkie stirred, ears twitching. She was used to the sound of the attic settling, especially as the building cooled after another hot day. Still, laying awake in the dark made everything seem louder.
What did Applejack recommend? I can't remember. Probably
apple
something
cider.
to do with apples.
Yeah, probably.
Starlight said she makes herself a knockout potion.
The fuck? That sounds like something Applejack sleep experiment. Applejack, oh, you're got. I just need something to make me not sleep. Then all of a sudden she started killing people. Right? I don't want to hear it. No.
Wonder whether she'd make one for me too? Although, I probably shouldn't make myself difficult to wake while I'm babysitting, in case there's an emergency. I wonder when Mr. and Mrs. Cake will be back. It's pretty late for them to be out, even on a date night.
They dead. Pinkie, grab a shotgun. Pinkie, grab a gun, a pistol, a Glock. That she does are the same things. Pistol and a Glock are like basically the same. It's just the type of pistol. You know, like maybe like extended mag. You know, everything, please.
A low, raspy chuckle pierced the gloom. Pinkie's eyes snapped open. She sat up, gaze darting around
Just like
the
in
room.
Greenfield. Kill it.
Hello?
Her gaze landed on the open window. She frowned. Was Rainbow Dash pranking her? She might be out flying
Not
her
in
laps.
Flu. It was like the rotting blight. There we go. It was rotting blight. That yeah, because the dog got sick from Fluttershy. Then the dog like bit Apple Bloom. And then I had to watch Rarity. Rarity was so like okay, it wasn't bad, but it was so uncomfortable to watch, right?
To tire herself out again. She could be right outside the window.
Dashy?
Something shifted outside. A bird?
You let the
A
window
prismatic
open.
pranking Pegasus? Gingerly, Pinkie got out of bed and crept toward the window. She wiggled her rump and leapt up, pushing the pane wide.
Aha! Caught you!
No one was there. An owl hooted in the treetop nearby. She saw familiar brown wings flutter to a visible branch.
Hi, Owlicious.
Pinky waved and shout
this is
whispered.
warning
Tell
you.
Twilight I said hi.
Most of my technical aptitude was just playing video games.
ECPI University is helping individuals, even those with minimal computer experience, pursue.
So it had been Owlicious she had heard. A kernel of relief blossomed inside Pinky,
Not like
even as she
that,
told
nah.
herself
No,
there had
check
been
under
nothing to
bed.
be scared of. She turned away from the window and trotted back to bed. A faint scratching sound made her stop. It was coming from beneath her bed. Pinky's mouth went dry as the sound grew louder, a rhythmic scrape of something sharp against the floorboards. Claws, maybe? Her mind raced. She had checked under Pound and Pumpkin's beds earlier, laughing at their fears. She had not thought to check her own. Why would she? But now...
Mice. Or rats. They probably came up from the bakery storeroom. I'll have to ask Fluttershy to come speak with them about moving out of Sugar Cube Corner, or we'll be closed by the health inspectors.
The scratching stopped. The silence was worse. Gathering her courage, Pinky lowered herself to the floor, her breath shallow as she lifted the edge of the blanket.
I don't know what you are, but my friend Fluttershy is going to be pretty disappointed with you when I tell her.
A single
sound like you're crying,
bloodshot
bro.
eye stared
You can't be sounding like you crying, bro. You gotta show dominance. You gotta be like, you gotta punch it. Nah, I'm gonna get Pinky killed, bro. You gotta show dominance. Gotta punch it. Second you punch that thing, bro, you instantly get grabbed and dragged under the bed, bro. You ain't making it out, bro.
back. Pinky gasped, stumbling away.
You're not a rodent!
Something thin and
What made you
tentacular
think?
whipped out, wrapping around.
I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable looking at this shit, bro. Look at the amount of eyes. And all you had to do is just not look under your bed. All you had to do was just not get up. That was
Around
it.
her foreleg, Pinky squealed instinctively, but another whipped out to wrap around her muzzle, clamping her mouth shut. She shrieked through clenched teeth.
Should have shown dominant. No.
Pinky pulled back against her bonds. Pinky's eyes darted to the door, calculating her chances of escape. The creature seemed to sense this and gave a wet, gurgling chuckle.
You ain't making it out unless Owlicious comes back with Twilight, Applejack, Rainbow Dash. I mean, you already can basically talk to the being, so you don't really need Fluttershy. So it don't come back with those three people, man, or heck, Celestia even. Your job. I'm sorry.
Another tendril flung out, tying her hind legs together.
You're
She
dead.
fell onto her side with a
Oh
thump.
god, it's my hand. She dead? I can't even understand.
Her stomach churned as the scent of rot filled the air. She watched as more and more round, red eyes opened under the bed. How could anything have that many eyes? More tendrils lashed around her,
There's
securing her so
multiple
tightly
of them.
that she could barely move. She struggled helplessly as she was dragged across the rug.
Pumpkin, what am I use that pumpkin to do? You ain't got. What do you expect Pound to do, bro? They ain't doing shit. Like, what do you expect to happen?
She gave a muffled scream as she was dragged under the bed until her voice was abruptly silenced. Mr. and Mrs. Cake stepped inside Sugar Cube Corner. Their
Ah, best timing ever in the world. Honestly, couldn't be any better.
whispers hushed to avoid waking their foals. They had stayed out far later than planned, but the concert was for a band they had seen while dating, so they had reenacted their first date by taking a walk afterward, and had ended up falling asleep on a park bench under the stars.
The fuck? Just falling outside?
Evidently, age was catching up with them in terms of youthful energy to stay up all night.
Everything's so quiet.
Mrs. Cake murmured, setting her bag down on the counter.
Pinky is as reliable a babysitter as ever.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Cake nodded,
You ain't
hoof
ever
steps
having her again.
soft as he ascended the stairs.
Let's check on the kids.
I'm sure they're fine. They always have been before.
Yes, but, well, we've never been back this late before, and I just want to check.
You're a worrywart, you know that?
They
It's
dead.
called parental concern, dearest, and it's the mark of a good father.
Gently,
Oh, yeah, really. You know what else would have been a good mark? If you would send a text. Hey, we're gonna be out a little bit longer. Close the damn window. Anything really could have helped.
he opened the door to the twins' room, fully expecting to see them tucked up and sleeping. Instead, he
They
found
gone.
both foals bolt upright in their beds, wrapped in blankets and shaking. They turned wide eyes on him at the sound of the door.
What in equestria are you two doing still awake? You were meant to be asleep hours ago.
No,
Mr. Cake
they're all-
chastised. He stepped
they're gonna-
inside,
They can't.
but paused when he stepped in something wet. He looked down and froze. Redness coated his hoof from a pool he had stepped in. Unable to help himself, his eyes traced the crimson line across the floor to where it had dripped down the wall opposite his children's beds,
The wall?
directly where they could see the moment they opened their eyes. Scrawled across the wall in dark, sticky letters were words.
Monsters are real. Always remember to check under your bed.
Behind him, Mrs. Cake gasped, hurrying to her children as her eyes filled with fear.
Are you all right, my darlings?
Both foals began to cry.
So I think this monster is a humble-imation of just a bunch of ponies. Like, I think the reason they have that rotting smell to them is because, like, it's dead ponies. Like, it's just dead ponies. Because if you notice, you were able to hear Pinky when, like, it was a mix of the voice that we heard before, but now mixed with Pinky's voice. I'm a theorist.
Wordlessly, Mr. Cake stared at the message on the wall. The blood had dried. Blood did not dry right away.
Where's Pinkie Pie?
The room offered no answers, only the soft sobs of foals who had outgrown their fear of the dark, only to learn to fear it again.
Credit to everyone, bruh. And I'm sorry for not giving credits like in my descriptions anymore. I will just start like I'm gonna start doing this thing where I will give credit like during the video. And then like I might link. I don't know how it works. So I might just like if they ask for it, then I'll put it in. But like I'm not gonna go out of my way for it anymore. I'll just say it in the video, and then at the probably at the beginning, and then probably at the end of the video. So credit to Lost Narrator, but also credit to just everyone here, man. That was so, oh, that was so good. In all honesty, that could have been a really good like horror for like October. Also, it's snowing out again. You joking, right? Damn, ain't gonna go to school until 19 AC. But you know, guys, um, I hope you had a great day. Have a blessed day. Honestly, that that was so good. I honestly like I know like I usually stick to the infection AUs and that's usually what like my channel is about. It's usually infection AUs, horror games, or Dead by Daylight. Like that's probably gonna be the three main things y'all are gonna see. Okay? But I've been wanting to like branch off a little bit more. Like I know I reacted to some grim dark stuff like you know, I hope you have a great day. Have a blessed day. I'll see y'all next time. And I'm out. Did I just misclick? There's no way I just misclicked.